What's going on, Bills Mafia? I'm your boy TG. This is my boy Nature Boy. Welcome back
What
to
it
Top
do?
Bill. So before we get started, man, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, click that notification bell, just to let you know we got another show.
Yes, sir.
So here we are, man. This is draft week. This is we've been waiting for. You know what I'm saying? So,
Know it.
uh, especially, since we moved on from Mr. Diggs himself, so we're kind of curious and how we're going to um, retool and rebuild, not only our team but our offense, you know. So,
Yeah.
we've been hearing a lot, a lot of mock drafts and a lot of speculations on, who we should get, who we should we move up, should we stay, should we trade down, trade up, a lot of different scenarios. But,
hmm
you know, uh, my biggest thing is, which I heard only a few, creators talk about, is, what, we probably go the most impactful player, in the first round. So could be a D tackle, could be an edge rusher, you know, it could be the kid from Iowa that, that we're so high on. So, you know,
Yeah.
a lot of people even speculate that we don't have to even go wide receiver in the first round. What you think before we get into it?
Well, first off, excuse my setting because doing this pod while I'm at the job. You know what I'm saying? So we're just trying to get it in for y'all best we can. With the time we have. So yeah, you got to excuse my setting. But for me, if we were for the trade up for a receiver, I wouldn't want it to be too high to where we would have to give up too much capital, either next year, or in the later rounds to move up. Well, the later rounds this year don't really matter to me, but next year's capital, I don't want to have to give up anything from that. So, but if we moved up to the early 20s or something like that to grab somebody that we feel, you know, like a Mitchell from Texas, somebody like that. If receivers start flying off the board early, I wouldn't mind that, but I wouldn't want to draft up into the teens. And if we don't trade up and whatever falls to 28, and we don't see the value of what we want there, I don't mind trading back into the second round and still getting the same quality type player that we could have got at 28. Because they're saying like from 25 to 40, the talent level ain't too much of a drop off, because the draft is so deep this year at certain positions.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, to your point, I mean, the drop is there's not a lot of drop offs. There is tons of talent. Um, me personally, you know, other than the top receivers like Abdunze, Harris, and Neighbors, and even throw Brian Thomas Jr.'s name in there. You know,
Uh-huh.
let's talk about some other receivers that we will might get. You know what I'm saying? So I'll start it off. My first wide receiver I would like. And this guy. A lot of people have their own opinions, but to me, he is the best route runner, pure receiver, pro ready, outside of Neighbors. But you know, most pro ready receiver in the draft, and that's Lad McConkey. You know what I'm saying? Guys 5'11". He's talking about like 190 something if I'm not mistaken. But he's a little bit on the smaller side. I'll say that.
Uh-huh.
Still run the 4.39. Are arguably the best route running receiver in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
He has great separation. you
Yep.
know, moving up and down the line. He can line them up outside in the slot, anywhere. I think he'll be a great tool for Joe Brady to use. Um, in many different packages. Um,
Mm-hmm.
definitely, beat the receivers, in the intermediate routes. Not a lot of receivers in this draft can do that. Can probably win intermediate routes. They can make the big plays, what I'm saying, contested catches. But this guy, he can run intermediate routes, beat you, and also beat you deep, So
Mm-hmm.
I see him. His character is definitely what the Buffalo Bills, um, is pretty much in their description when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
character.
Yep.
He's a lunch pail guy, blue collar guy that can clock in and clock out. Um,
Yep.
so
No
I
diva. No diva in him.
straight humble. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Seen an interview on this guy, man, with what's that girl's name? Kay, whatever her name.
Yeah. Yeah. Kay Adams.
Kay Adams, yeah, and he was just humble as can be, man. So definitely what the Buffalo Bills need in their locker room is a guy like that, who has to
Mm-hmm.
grow and get better at each year. So what are your thoughts on that guy?
Well, yeah, I like Lad McCuckley. If we was for to get him at 28, I most definitely wouldn't be disappointed. I feel like if we get a receiver like him at 28, we'll probably more than likely double dip because we will still try to find a bigger body, later on in the draft, if not the second round. Uh, Hopefully a guy like the guy from Florida State, hopefully he falls later into the draft. I wouldn't mind getting a Keon Coleman in the second round. Now, I would be disappointed if we got him at 28. But if he was still on the board in the second round and we drafted him to be our X, I wouldn't be disappointed at all, especially if we landed a separator and route runner like Lad McCunkey in the first round.
Yeah,
It would pair together so well with what we already have in the wide receiver room, along with the tight ends, and we would be able to utilize all those later round picks on draft needs, the D tackles, corners, safeties like that. A lot of the safeties are not graded as first round talent. So they're going to be there fourth round, fifth round. You might be able to get somebody that's able to get on the field early in those later rounds because once again, the depth of the draft is just so deep. So yeah, I would love to get a Lad McCunkey in at 28. No higher than that, but that pick wouldn't disappoint me at all.
yeah, I would be ecstatic. Me personally, I'll be, just the type of receiver he is, ball player he is. He can do. He used to be a quarterback in high school, I believe. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that helps him out as a receiver, but those kind of trick plays and tossing the ball up and be able to run thread through the defense. So he can definitely add a different element or the more dynamic element in that offense. You know
Mm-hmm.
that we already have. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
but my next receiver I want to talk about. Let's say we do drafts, defensive tackle. One if we go to Kid Young from Texas or whoever else, we take in the first round other than wide receiver. If this receiver is say we happen to wait to the second round, I wouldn't mind getting this guy, Jalen Pope from Washington.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Tell you something, man. I'm gonna tell you something. I can wait. if we had to wait in the second round for a receiver, and then we pick a guy like Jalen Pope, brother, that is no drop off from a first round pick
Oh
from
no.
receiver. I mean, the guy is what 6'2", he's over 200 pounds. I mean, you look at him, man, he's explosive. He can definitely run a route tree. Um,
Mm-hmm.
big playability, big playability. You know, um, he's exactly what you need as far as like, again, we talk about with Lad. Somebody's going to come in and do the work. You know what I'm saying? Keep his head down and make plays and get ready for the next one.
Yeah. He got some dog in him too.
He is. He is. He's definitely got some dog in him, my brother. And you know, like I said, he plays aggressive. Um, he definitely used his hands. Not a lot of receivers use their hands. They try to use the basket instead, but he uses his hands. He runs aggressively.
Yeah.
So I definitely, those are the characteristics that we need in this offense. Somebody who's aggressive, contested shot. He's 6'2", not contested shot, contested catches.
Yeah, yeah, I knew what you was getting at.
Had to
Yeah, you
catch
you think about you think about the NBA playoffs right now. You think about what
Yeah,
Bruh
man.
go do.
Yeah, man. So definitely, man. I would be excited. If we happen to double dip and get this guy and another wide receiver in the first, man, I'll be it was be cruise control for the rest of the draft. But
Oh
um,
yeah.
if we had to happen to get go defense, with our first round pick, and then wait to the second round, probably trade up a little bit and get this guy Jalen Pope,
Hmm.
I would not be mad, my brother. I
I
would
feel
not
you.
be mad.
I feel you. And hold on, let me pick it back off for you about going defense in the first round. Now, if a Jared Verse or somebody landed at 28 to us and we get a Jared Verse, somebody to come off the edge, I'm a Seminole fan. I watched a lot of this guy at Florida State, and he is a dog. I mean, he is a dog. And I mean, he has that burst, that speed off the edge, but he's a power guy with it. So
Hmm.
yeah, Jared Verse, man, that's somebody. If he falls to 28 and we get him in the first round, I wouldn't be disappointed at all if we went that route. Now defensive tackle, I'm still kind of on the fringe about that, because if we get one in the first round, I want him playing with the starting four, and that's not gonna happen. It's not.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna happen unless somebody gets injured. And I don't want to draft a depth piece, especially into this incoming season in the first round. We don't need to draft anybody that's not going to be on the field game one, snap one. So defensive tackle, I'm a little bit more on the fringe on that. If we go later rounds on that, okay, but yeah, I just don't. Honestly, the top two guys, I don't even think will be there at 28. To be honest with you, I believe somebody grab them in the teens or early 20s, and I most definitely don't see us trading up for any defensive player.
Yeah.
I don't see any corners outside of the guy from Iowa. They're talking about the guy from Toledo has kind of jumped up the boards, but the kid from Iowa, I honestly think his stock has risen to where he probably won't be there at 28. He's a Swiss Army knife. I mean, he can help a ton of defenses out immediately.
Yeah.
So I mean, if any value there at 28 on defense, and if it's there, I would want edge rusher. We do have to make up for the loss of 10 sacks that Leonard Floyd brought last year. Not saying we don't have guys capable of doing it, but we have two guys that's been there for 3 years now and haven't done it. So if we were for to go edge rusher at 28, I wouldn't be disappointed at that at all. And then, like you say, land a poke in the second round. Somebody that we know is going able to come in and play snap one as well on offense. That would be, that's a win-win all day in my eyes.
Yeah. So let's say we do trade up and get the kid from Iowa. I wouldn't be mad about that either. Definitely you can plug him in at safety. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Rap may think that contract extension means he's going to start, but you got to earn that, brother. Same thing with Mike Edwards. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you got to earn that starting position.
Yeah.
Especially this kid comes in and balls out. So I mean, we look at Osiris from last year. I mean, we thought a lot of people thought that I think Bass was going to come in and start, but he had to compete for the job and ended up getting beat by the Rook. So,
Right,
you know,
right.
same difference, man, with this situation, and really, we're all positions, you know, not all positions, but
It's always like that. It's always like that. You
yeah,
know, uh, I believe, we wanted out Terrell Bernard won the job last year, not playing in the snaps in the preseason. And when you hear him talk, he won the position in the off season
yeah,
before practice even started.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? He got in the books. He did what he was supposed to do, especially being a coming into your second year. Not many guys do that. Not
yeah,
many guys, want to get with the coaches to see, hey, what do I need to do to be able to be a key factor in our defense? They just want to know how they can get better as an individual. He wanted
yeah,
to be able to grasp hold of everything so he could, what I'm saying, so he could play faster. And it showed. It
yeah.
showed
It,
from the
so
first snap. It showed from the first snap, and he shut us both up. He shut us
he
both up.
definitely shut me up because I was on him. I was on him. Even after the Jets lost, I was still on him.
Yeah,
But you know,
yeah.
from game 2 on to the end of the season, man, that dude, he definitely made
Played
me,
like an all pro.
yeah, all pro for sure. But
Hmm.
this next guy and the last guy I'm gonna talk about, um, you know, because there's tons of, I ain't gonna say tons, but there are other receivers, you know, that can, you know, probably we could possibly draft, and the Bills may see a lot of potential in. But for me, let's say we do go defense first round, you know, second round, somehow we trade into the third round and we get this guy, we double dip at wide receiver, you know, Javon Baker, you know.
Yes, sir. UCF
Yep,
product.
yep, another big play receiver. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? People still talking about the character issues. You know, I'm not really concerned about that. Um, you know, the guy transferred from Alabama to UCF, and he definitely put on the show this past
Yeah.
season. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
I think his 40 tab too kind of made his stock drop a little bit, which that don't bother me at all. And Brendan Bean most definitely don't give a shit about that.
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, look at Gabe Davis. The guy ran a low 4.5 40, I believe, and
Hmm.
he still had big play capabilities. You know, still
Oh yeah.
had separation down the field, and you know, big plays after big plays. So,
Yeah.
you know, this kid, you know, is similar. You know, I definitely like the way he uses his hands. I mean, he definitely uses his hands to catch the ball. I have not seen him play. I'm not saying he hasn't done it, but I haven't seen him play to where he hasn't reached out and used his hands to grab the ball. Um, you know, down the field, you know, presence. You know, once again, big play. Um, you know, he has definitely big play potential. He has great separation. I would definitely like him to like him to run cleaner routes. Um,
Hmm.
but for the most part, you know, he can go out there and he can make plays. You know, so
Yeah.
he could
He
definitely,
about six. He about 6'2", 200, ain't he?
yeah,
Something
yeah,
like that. What? Yeah, I think that was his measurements.
yeah. Yeah, he's another, you know, sort of kind of big body receiver. Um,
Hmm.
you know, but like I said, you know, he can make the plays down the field. So
Yeah.
definitely help stretch out the defense. And he could just make the plays. You know, so if we can double dip in the draft, you know, and grab those two guys, second, third, you know, or even if we get a lad and probably a Baker, you know, I'll be happy.
Oh yeah.
I'll be
Oh
happy.
yeah.
You know,
Oh
even
yeah.
if we can get a lad and a Jalen Pope, you talking
Lord have mercy.
Christmas in April, brother.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I be calling you from work. I will. I step outside on that one. The hell with that line, and let me get out there and call my boy about this. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah.
So on that note, man, the guys came back for the OTAs. But before we get started, did you want to talk about any other prospects?
Well, Xavier Word is interesting to me. The more I watch his tape, he is more of a football player than what I thought he was.
Mm.
But I just honestly don't know how he would fit in our offense. That's the only thing. I know.
Mm.
He's explosive as all get out, man. He's got some dog in him too to be a small guy. Could he be effective? Yeah. But is he a home run, hit draft night? Would you be thinking that? I just couldn't. I wouldn't be highly disappointed, but I wouldn't be super excited either. But that's just another prospect out there that's just intriguing to me because, of what he brings to the table. But I just don't know if he'll fit in our offensive scheme.
I think so. I mean, somebody like Xavier Worthy, man, you talking about that 4.2 speed and he has return capabilities as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's I'll be happy with that. I'll be happy with that pick too, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
He'll fit right in that offense. And you want to talk about who can clear out that defense and spread them out? Is that guy?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So
You right about that.
yeah. So if we want to talk about somebody that he can move around up and down the line, in any position, slot, outside, he's gonna bring the top off that defense. So
Oh
and
yeah.
that helps open up the intermediate routes, for the other receivers. So like I said, man, he's a home run player. I definitely see a role for him on this team from
Yeah.
from the return, position, and as well as as a receiver. He's not going to be a receiver one, which is not really concerned about anybody being a receiver one, especially coming
Either.
draft. But
Right.
he would definitely be a big impact player, for this offense. And something that Brendan Bean has emphasized is that he's looking for speed. And this guy is a fast
Oh,
guy.
excuse me.
Yeah, he's a fast guy that can play wide receiver.
Yep. Yep. I
So
seen that on tape.
we all seen no tape.
Yeah.
We all seen no tape, dog. So yeah, he had over 1,000 yards, all legit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Question
Mm-hmm.
his size. I'm not really questioning his size, man. Like Devontae Smith is my comp with him, for him. But like I said, the guy Smith just signed a $75 million deal.
Yeah. Yeah,
Tells the
you're
story.
right.
Tells the
Right.
story.
Right. Enough
You know what I'm saying?
said.
You know what I'm
Say
saying?
no more.
Say less. So back to OTAs, man. What a lot of people, talked about was the fact that, Josh Allen replied, um, to a lot of questions concerning Diggs. And, my thoughts real quick is that, he was like, hey, man, appreciate your kind of what we said last show. We definitely
Mm-hmm.
services, man, and, love you, good luck to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Good luck
That's
on
it.
your next venture. Love your brother.
Brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I think the way he conducted that interview and answered questions about Diggs, it further tells me not only, I ain't gonna say, he was like good riddance or, sign him off. It was just the fact that, he's ready to take on a challenge for this to be his team.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Exactly.
he has the understanding that this is his team. And I think he had that understanding going towards the end of last season when, Diggs were, when we learned how to win without Diggs. So
Right.
he
Right.
started mojo back, he started, being that dude. You know, you can see him less and less force the ball to Steph, and he started
Mm-hmm.
playing the game. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So I think now he is probably a weight off of his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Now that Diggs is gone, now he can openly and freely, play his game, you know, without having to force feed anybody. I think he's going to be
Yeah.
a better quarterback this year, man.
Yeah, me too. The hell what the national media says. Yeah, I think he's going to be a better quarterback without Diggs. He has reached the pinnacle that he needs to reach to be that type of quarterback. It's not all dependent on one player. It wasn't dependent on one player the year before when we made the playoffs and won 10 games and had
Yeah,
1,000-yard receiver and another receiver in the slot that was deadly. So he's proven that he can do it with multiple. So and he done it when he was still kind of raw. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So yeah, I'm not worried about that aspect at all. And he handled it professionally. Josh he's gonna always do and say the right things.
yeah, yeah. He is, man. So, but other than that, man, that's our show, man. I know you gotta get up out of here, but we know,
Yeah, let me get on.
yeah, we want to make sure we at least touch up on, you know, who would be great to see in the Bills uniform and being called during the draft, not only on day one, but day two and day three. So
Yeah.
um, it'll be great to see those players, man. I can't wait. The draft is always exciting for us, and
Oh yeah.
we definitely gonna follow up with another show that weekend.
Oh
Just
yeah.
kind
Most definitely.
of
Most definitely.
recap our
Yeah.
our
Oh yeah. We have got to.
we
It
have
is a
got to.
must. Yes.
All right, man. We up out of here, man. I'm gonna let you go, man. I'm your boy TG. Oh, once again, second show in a row. Don't forget to hit that like, that subscribe, and click that notification bell just to let you know we got another show. I'm your boy TG. This is my boy Nature Boy, top billing. We out of here.
How